Let's go!
Let's go outside. Go. Is it too tall? In such a short amount of time, it grew so much. All right, that's better. So, life's been pretty crazy for the past month, and not only have I not gotten any videos up, but I haven't been able to do simple things like keep the backyard cut. You can see how long it had gotten. We've also had a ton of rain over the past month. We had a hurricane that came by us. Wasn't a direct hit to the island, but we've just got a ton of rain, and that makes everything grow even quicker. Another thing that it does is stirs up the rivers and the springs and everything like that. And I'm about to go clean out our water system where there's a dam that we collect fresh spring water. So I'm gonna go clean that because it's been a while, and when we've had a ton of rain, it gets pretty full of sediment and everything. So I'm gonna go check that out real quick. So my first step is to come here and turn the shut-off valve, turn this off, because I'm going to be in the dam and don't want it to be sending even worse water through. So I'm going to turn that off. These are the only tools I'll need for the whole job. Now we're going to go further up and to the dam. Alright, so this is where the water from our house comes from, or to our house comes from. This is a dam built onto a tributary that is spring fed, so it's natural spring water. And we're kind of up here, probably about 30 feet down to that area right there. Ignore this blue hose, that's something I used to use to clean the dam. I would generate suction with it, gravity, and then use it to vacuum all the sediment out, but I realized it was much easier to just use a brush. Got a brush sitting right there. Anyways, so this is a spring-fed tributary. It comes from way up there, and there's no houses or anything residential above this. and it's a little dam that was built. That's a drain, and then this pipe right here goes all the way down to where that shutoff valve was. Now this dam doesn't just provide us with water. There's actually, I think, 8 to 10 other houses in the community that this water goes to. That's another reason why I have to turn it off before I maintenance it. It was originally built by Robin, but there's a ton of water, a ton of free fresh water, so a lot of houses utilize this, and most of them are elderly, and at this point they kind of depend on me to clean it when it gets real dirty. So anyways, these filters right here, you see they're covered in sediment. I'm about to take them off just to really show you. So that's just sand and dirt and sediment, and you can see how I just stirred it up. When this is clean, none of this overgrowth, take out all the overgrowth, and all this gravel gets brushed out, not just fine sediment, but also big gravel. And freshwater crabs also make their way down from up on the mountain, and sometimes I'll find a freshwater crab in here. So I enjoy, and I'm really glad to be able to have this natural water source, and even more happy that I'm able to service it myself and kind of take agency and responsibility over our water, and not be dependent on municipal water and all the unnecessary stuff that's added to it. But we've been drinking this water and using it to cook and bathe with and everything, and I know that looks real gross right now. Once I clean it up, it looks a lot better. And when we don't have super heavy rains consistently, it can stay pretty clean for a while. I should service it more often. But there are people in their late 90s, early hundreds that have been living in this neighborhood for over half a century, and that solely drink this water, and they all in really great health. But the first 2 years that we were here, I was fine with my wife and I trusting anecdotal stories, essentially, of how long people have drinking this water and how good their health is, but in reality I've never tested it. So things change, and you start to think about things differently when you've got a baby in the mix. So I'm actually gonna sample this water. I'm actually gonna take a sample both before and after I clean it, and then also take a sample out of the tap so I can know exactly what we're consuming, and make sure everything's kosher. But I've got I'm not worried at all about what's in this. This is just some gravel and some fresh spring water, but I'm gonna test it just to make sure. But anyways, right now I'm about to take this cap off and let all the water drain out of the dam, and then show you the process of cleaning it. Clean it a couple times, get it real pristine, recap it, clean the filter off, plug it back in, and then let the dam refill, and show you how crystal clean it is when there's not all this sediment and stuff in here. So while this is draining, I'm going to start pulling all these dead leaves and stuff in, and then show you what the rest of the cleaning process looks like. So now that it's pretty much drained, you can see there's a bunch of debris that's getting stuck in the drain pipe. And then right here, this is a giant mound of sediment, sand, dirt, mud, clay, everything that, it takes up volume in here, and then it ends up getting in the filter and everything. So I didn't bring my gimbal. It's hard to record and do this, but I'm essentially going to take this brush and I'm going to push everything out of the drain hole, and then you can see all of this sediment and mud that builds up. It's all across the wall. What I'll do is I'll put the cap back on and let it refill with clean water again, and as I do, brush the sides with clean water and get all that sediment into the water, drain it, and a couple of repetitions of that, and you get it pretty much super clean and ready to go for a couple weeks again. So I'm going to stop recording and get some of this out, and then I'll be back. I knew I'd probably see one. Freshwater crab. It's dinner. I'll be back for you. So there it is, with the majority of the sediment out of the middle and out of the drain canal thing right there. Now I'm going to plug it up again, let it fill, and then use the water to really brush off all the walls and get some of that down. See the difference in that to that? All that sediment that we're getting off. And now it's just stone. And just like that, it's pristine and super clean. So that's our spring-fed natural water supply. Got the dam all cleaned up, got a bunch of the overgrowth cleaned up, filter screens on the intake pipe cleaned. Only thing left to do is go clean out the pipe where that shutoff valve was. I'll be ready to turn it back on so everyone can have their water supply back. All right, so the dam's clean. Now I just gotta clean this line. So we're gonna take this off. And then we'll just open it up. And this water is going to go from clear-ish to super gross as it's cleaning the line. And then when it goes back to being clear again, I'll know it's washed everything out. You can see the water's kind of got like a brownish hue to it. So I'm just waiting for it to run super clear again, and then that'll be it. I'm sitting here waiting for this to clear out. Have you ever seen a ceiba tree? Look at the size of these thorns coming out of the trunk. And they're razor sharp and super tough. Really cool tree. That's what I was talking about. Gonna get worse before it gets better. That's a lot of line. Oh, now it's getting real bad. So that's all the sediment that's been stored in the line above this point. Now we're just flushing it all out. And then boom, crystal clear. Beautiful clean water. Let me shut this off and connect this. And we'll be done. Did I find a freshwater crab? Look what else I just found on the way back from cleaning the dam. Oh man, what a score. Freshwater crab and a massive bunch of bananas. Oh my god, it's huge. Look how many there are. What a sweet random, whoa, what a sweet random find. Oh man. I'm gonna go grab the side-by-side and come grab these. It's gonna be heavy. Look at the size of this banana haul. That's the same bunch. Oh, here's the tail and here's the top. It split in half, it was so heavy. Oh man. Another indicator of just how much it's been raining lately are these bamboo shoots. If you go back and watch one of the first couple of videos, you'll see this view to the Caribbean was totally open. There might have been just one or two little on the side, but within a month, and honestly it happens over the course of a couple days. You look one day and they're not there, and the next they're huge, and that doesn't look like that big of a deal, but eventually these will turn into that behind it, all bushy, and one day you'll wake up and your view of the Caribbean Sea is gone. So it's another project I'm gonna have to go do, is cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 11-5 bamboo stalks so I can keep this beautiful view open. So anyways, life's been a little crazy lately and just finally starting to get back into a rhythm, a new normal, and back into a rhythm, back into a good flow of things, get back on my projects, try to get this retreat up and running, and yeah, I gotta get back on top of it. You saw what the backyard looked like, and I haven't been up on the farm since that day that the trimmer broke on me, so I can't even imagine what it looks like up there. So I got some trails to tend to. There's a ton of fruit that is about to be ready to harvest that I haven't given any attention to in the past month and a half. So today was the official day of me getting back at it and making this dream happen. Being able to have control over our water supply is a pretty special thing, something I'm really grateful for. Just one step closer towards self-sufficiency, which is what we're aiming for out here, and something I need to stay on top of more often. I shouldn't let it get that gunked up, especially considering there are other families that depend on that as a water source. But anyways, thanks for sticking around. Hope you have a blessed day. Peace.